everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. For those of you who are relatively new, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Jamie. I am a 40-something-year-old mother of 3 beautiful girls. I worked full-time, my husband works full-time, and occasionally we do a side hustle together. This channel is all about real life, real tears, and real frustrations. I talk about everything budgeting. I am very transparent, almost to a fault, and but we talk about a lot of things here. Some, the highs, the lows, the in-betweens, just the real life kind of things. So if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join me on this journey. So today's video is going to be about my monthly overview for December, since it's right around the corner, literally tomorrow. And I'm going to point out this is a 5-week, I guess month in a sense, because last Friday the 25th was I considered it as my first week of December paycheck. So technically we're going to have 5 paychecks or 5 Fridays that I'm counting towards income for December. So I'm going to put that up here just as a reminder. Some people call it a magic month. I just call it December. So anyways, so for our income sources, we have 4 income sources. We have his income, which is my husband, mine, the VA. Again, if you're new, my husband is a former Marine. He was hurt while he was in the service, and so he's considered a disabled veteran. And because of that, he gets a certain amount of money allotted to him every month. So anyways, so we have his, mine, the VA, and then occasionally we do DoorDash. And I'll talk about that here in a little bit. But these are our main sources of income. So I get paid salary, so mine never changes. And my husband gets paid every Friday. His changes depending on how many hours, because he is hourly. So I'm going to start with him. Right now, they're not getting overtime, so he will be getting $670 a week. So, you know what? And actually, last Friday they did get overtime, so he got his normal $850. So normally he would get $670. So I'm going to take that times 4 plus the $850. So that comes out to $3,530. And so we're going to supplement that with DoorDash. And last week's money that we got paid for this past Tuesday, that I'm just going to kind of hold on to for right now in case we don't have if we have a week where we don't hit our goal of $180 a week. That's just our goal. But so I'm going to add in 180 times 4 plus 115 is what we made last week. So our goal is $835 for the month. I mean, technically it should be less, but you know what? I'm going to do that. 180 times 4, 720. So I'm going to cross this out. 720 will be our goal because that first week he did get paid the full $850. So sorry, I'm sure this is probably confusing. In my mind, it's not. It's just I'm trying to convey what I'm doing here. So I'm, like I said, I want to be transparent. So, and then I get paid $15.66 twice a month, and so my total is $31.32, and then $575 for the VA. So I'm going to add these 4 values up. And it comes out to $7,957, but I want to make sure that's correct. Yes, $7,957. Okay, so then bills, we have mortgage, cloud storage, Life 360, a recurring security fee, which is for our bank account. Audible, I have paused. I'm not going to be unpausing that anytime soon. BarkBox. Actually, you know what? I'm going to cross off BarkBox. I'm going to pause that. Okay, Dupaco, CC. It's our, this is our bank account or our bank credit card that we have, and that's always a set amount every month that we pay. We pay actually a little bit more than the minimum. So, internet, my daughter is in dance. City bill, our Alliant, which is our gas, our electric bill, and then my oldest daughter's travel. She's going to Europe this summer, and we've been paying for that. And then cell phone, life insurance, and then cell phone. My Apple iPad that I purchased, and that's on a no interest plan, so we're good on that. And then school meals. Okay, so mortgage is always $700. Cloud is $2. Life 360 is $3. Recurring security fee is $2. The bank card I always pay $320, even though the minimum payment's less than that. Edward Jones we always put $50 in. Western Iowa Networks actually came back as I think $55 or $54 and change because I removed the landline. I had a landline for a while because my kids being home without me being here. This is before they had cell phones, so but now I'm going to get rid of it. So dance is $90. City actually came back as less, so it's going to be $80 instead of my allotted $90. Alliant is $84. Our electric bill is $132. We are on budget billing, so in the wintertime we end up paying less for the heat and higher for electric because it's the previous 6 months. So like right now we're paying what we would have paid in the summertime if we didn't have budget billing, and this is what we would be paying in the summer if we didn't have budget billing. So we use less heat obviously in the summertime. So, and then my daughter's travel is $253. Life insurance is $19. Our cell phone is $320. I always pay $180 towards my Apple, which is more than the minimum. And then school meals, I'm budgeting $240. The reason why I'm budgeting $240 instead of $300 is because during the winter break, they're not going to be eating lunch at school. So they'll be eating here at home with me. If anybody has an eagle eye, they would have noticed that I usually have 2 travel things on here. But my middle daughter, I took, we had gone to Florida in October. We had a whole budget of money, and we ended up using less. And so what I did was I transferred the money from that budget that was left over to my daughter's travel budget for when she goes to the East Coast this summer. So that's paid off in whole right now. So that was a good thing for us. Okay, so sinking funds, we always do $295, and that's everything. That's all of our sinking funds plus including our streaming. Streaming's, I just put it as a sinking fund even though it's really not. But in a previous video I talked about I'm going to actually be taking $70 of that out and putting that towards paying off debt in December. I'm still going to include it in here just for budgetary purposes. So $295 times 5 weeks is $1475. And then cash envelopes. So each of us gets $20 in spending. I'm budgeting $100 for groceries. Oops, sorry. 20 plus 20 plus 100 is 140. And then $75 for gas a week. And then miscellaneous and takeouts $100 total, and then $30 for beauty. So we have $345. So $345 times 5 is $1725. Okay, and I'm not doing any extra I'm only going to be putting Discover in for debt payments. The reason why is in December I'm planning on paying off our Amazon card, Chase, PayPal. Yes, those three. Those three will be paid off. Kohl's is paid off. Capital One's paid off. All that's done. also to point out that I'm not putting in, I'm not paying our truck or my SUV this in December. The reason why is the bank gives a really good deal that we can skip a payment in December. They kind of like call it like a Christmas savings kind of thing. Not that we're using that money towards our Christmas presents, but I'm using that to help us with this month, just because my husband, we didn't expect that my husband's hours would get cut. We were kind of assuming or told, it was based on a lot of factors, but he was going to be always getting overtime, and he was getting overtime consistently. Well, then they cut back on hours. We don't know how long that's going to be that way, so I decided to take advantage of that Christmas savings type of thing with the truck and the SUV. It puts it on that extra month on at the end of the payment term. Our interest rates are super, super low for our auto, so I'm not too concerned about it. Plus, we have every intention of paying those off sooner, so that's why I've been more intense when it comes to paying off debt, because I do want to pay off our vehicles a lot faster than we had planned to, or that we had taken out loans for. So I'm going to be able to put this amount in here in just a minute once I figure up this stuff. So our bills I need to total up here. All right, so that comes out to $25.30. So my coin jars are in the way here, sorry. Okay, so our income right here, so I'm going to transfer this number down here. So $7,957, bills $2,530, sinking funds $1,475, and then cash envelopes is $1,725. I think that's right. Yep, okay, and then 295 times 5. Okay, I just wanted to make sure here. Okay, so, and other's nothing, because we're not, other would be for something, like I just have that for kind of like if something comes up that doesn't fall into these other areas. So we are going to figure out what we have left after we subtract out this income, or after we subtract these from the income. So $7,957 minus $2,530 minus $1,475 minus $1,725. That leaves us with $2,227. So I'm going to be cautious, and I'm going to put $1,800 towards Discover. Okay, so that will leave us with a total debt payment of $1,800 towards my Discover card. So I'm going to subtract that from there. That leaves us with $427. The reason why I'm doing the $427 is because we still have Christmas coming up. We don't know, if I try to keep a buffer in the account just in case something happens. I do have an emergency fund in our bank account, well over the $1,000 recommended by Dave Ramsey. I don't agree with just $1,000. I have a family of 5, and $1,000 wouldn't do much for us. I don't even think that would get us 4 tires on our car. So I have a healthy emergency fund. However, I try not to use that. So that's why I do keep a buffer like this in case things happen. So if at the end of the month I can put more towards that Discover card, I'm going to. But like I said, I'm going to be using a lot of this money from our sinking funds. $70 every week is going to be going towards paying off the debts that I talked about, like the Chase, PayPal, things like that. All the Chase, PayPal, and Amazon card are going to be completely paid off in December. So anyways, so that is what I'm doing. I hope it made sense. If you have questions or comments, leave them below. And I try to be as clear, transparent. I know everybody does their budget differently, and some people may not agree with having that $427. That's fine. If it works for you to go down to a 100% zero-based budget ahead of time, that's totally up to you. That's your budget. This is what works for us, and it works for me. It makes sense for me, and I'm comfortable with this. So I hope everything goes well in December for us, and I hope it goes well for you as well. So if you like this, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.